Hello and welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's day is Friday, the 7th of March, 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's get into it.
See Satoshi like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. Right, so we've got GregCoin BTC 89,110. So I've just had some newbies contact me and they were like, why do you always call it like GregCoin? Well, it's because this man here is the mysterious creator of GregCoin. On the 1st of August 2017, a completely new chain and protocol was created that took on the ticker symbol BTC created by this guy. That's why it doesn't work and it's no longer a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That's why it's called GregCoin. And that's why it's probably got an orange logo as well. We've got B Crash, what a joke, Fisher Price Cash, who cares? And we've got Bitcoin. The original protocol goes right back to the Genesis block. It hasn't changed, making it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin, and the world's first and only ever digital commodity, backed by the value of data sovereignty, making it the most valuable commodity on earth because it's an extension of our own personal freedoms and liberties. Oh yeah. So as you can see, the chain, the main chain remains the same. The only thing that's changed is the ticker symbol due to political shenanigans. But GregCoin had to implement replay protection in order to prevent transactions being relayed back onto the main chain. Bcrash also had to implement replay protection to stop transactions going back onto the main chain. But the main chain is here. It's just got the ticker symbol BSV. That is it. That's literally it. Yeah, so we've got the main chain, Bitcoin at $38 here on CoinDance, or $37.85 top left of the screen there. So let's carry on down. Oh, what's this? Close that one. So we've got hash rate. Let's have a look at the difficulty adjustment on GregCoin here. Yeah, it's just where it was yesterday. Second all-time high. Difficulty adjustment. Again, changes every, I think, 16 days, depending on how much hash rate is on the network, and obviously the amount of hash rate changes generally due to movements in price and the demand for it, and the profitability of mining it. To have a look at the hash rate on Bitcoin, oh, steady as a rock there. Hash rate on BCH going up a little bit. We'll probably see the difference in the pie charts when we get to the bottom of that. Transactions. Let's have a look at this on the Bitcoin forks. So we got Bitcoin with just 9% of the transactions overall. We've got GregCoin with 82% of the transactions there. So we've got 35,000 transactions representing 1.3% of the entire market on the genuine Bitcoin chain. Looks to me like transaction banking. Just cross-reference that with what's on chain. Yep, that looks correct. We'll probably have a look at some other figures on here later. Look at that mining stats. Let's have a look. Oh, we've seen those. Can have a look at difficulty adjustment, median fee, transaction sizes, compare stats. 24 hours. Coin days deployed, average fee in the block. We can actually see mining difficulties, mining stats. Can't remember where it was. Saw a difficulty adjustment the other day. Where was that? Oh, well, we'll find it again. Here we go. So let's have a look at the block size. Look, genuine Bitcoin. Still got more data flowing up onto the network than GregCoin. Let's have a look at the blocks. Tiny blocks here though. 1.2, 1.7, 1.4, 3.9 though. 3.1. GregCoin, no blocks over 2 megabytes. Tiny amounts of data. Bcrash, no blocks over a megabyte. And Fisher Price Cash still struggling to get all the blocks over a kilobyte, let alone anywhere near a megabyte. Overall stats here. Let's have a quick look. Look at that. The Bitcoin SV blockchain has grown by 10,207. So that's 10 terabytes. 10 terabytes over GregCoin. They're never going to. I'll show you that in the graph actually in just a minute when we get to the bottom. Here we go. So for any newbies wondering what hash rate is or what it does, so hash rate follows price, which is meant to represent or reflect value, which is driven by a utility. Because if you can make something useful, it can be valuable. So hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you can make something useful, or use your creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. If something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. And if something is useful, it's valuable. If something is useless, it's worthless. That's the whole point. So hash rate follows price. And again, I've heard so much BS about all these crypto influencers trying to say what hash rate is. I heard one of the big influencers the other day say that the protocol is hash. Honestly, they have no idea. They have no idea. Just like all these cronies that were at the US crypto summit the other day. I mean, what an absolute joke that is. They literally know nothing. Again, proof of work by network again. So this should all be on the main chain, because the main chain is the only chain that goes right back to the Genesis block. All these are like alternative chains. Like I said, they've all had to implement replay protection. This one here is the only one that goes back to the Genesis block, the chain of signatures that are still intact. That's the best way to describe this. And it's currently 82,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than GregCoin. But you're mining Bitcoin at a 43.7% comparable loss. So again, it's just be shooing all these shitcoin miners off the chain. It's 8% more profitable to mine on GregCoin over Bcrash, but it's 4.6% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash over GregCoin, meaning there is a 5.4% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash over Bcrash, which cracks me up. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. So again, this is just the average block size over 24 hours. But again, this is on a log curve here. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Oh, so look at that. Genuine Bitcoin up and then just down at the moment. I think there's transaction banking going on. Transactions per block by network. So those two graphs are going to be pretty much the same. Daily average Bitcoin fees. So this is USD fees. So they sub-cent fees on genuine Bitcoin, which is amazing because cheaper to use, the more useful it becomes. Daily average Bitcoin fees, Satoshis. There we are. Look at that. That's on a log curve. Look at that. Absolutely smashing these other shitcoins. Daily Bitcoin fee to block reward ratio. So this red line here will eventually start looking like this solid blue line there. So as the block reward continues to get cut in half every 210,000 blocks, eventually the block fee, which is by transactions, will surpass the block reward, and then we have an economically self-sustaining system, which is what we're gunning for, and that's what the cabal are trying to prevent by creating all these second layer solutions, so that there are no transaction fees on the main chain, and the main chain eventually just simply disintegrates because it can't be economically sustained. That's their game. That's what they're playing at. Coroza. And the shitcoiners with shit for brains haven't figured it out yet. And this is a daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. So this red line here shows you here it's now 10,207 gigabytes above it. That's what it is, 10,207 gigabytes above GregCoin there. So that's what this line represents, the amount of growth on the network, the amount of memory on it. So let's get into the politics then. In the pie charts, global hash rate 7 days, global hash rate 24 hours. Oh, via BTC now up into second place in front of AdPool. F2 pool looking alright there, 14.9%. That's pretty good. So this is GregCoin hash rate. So via BTC in second, F2 pool above AdPool. Well, other miners representing 0.69% on there. There we go, B crash. So we looked at the profitability. Well, actually, we looked at the hash rate on it, just increasing there. So it looks like other miners plural. Although I think they might be kind of like controlled by a single entity. Now with 61.1% of the overall hash rate on there, which is meaning the profitability is 0.2% below that of GregCoin. I think the B crash might be one of the first casualties, one of the first, if not the first, casualties of chain collapse and disintegration. That's what I think. Fisher price cash, who cares? I mean, via BTC still mining that because it's 4.6% more profitable over GregCoin, so why not? May as well put hash rate on that. Miners have no ideology, shouldn't have any political or ideologies about it. They just simply chase profit. Which is US dollar value, so the dollar worshipping, not Bitcoin worshipping. And this is Bitcoin, so we'll have a look at the pie chart here. So this is what it really looks like. Kuv with 30%, QD Link 28.6, Tau 22.6, SA 100 10%, and Gorilla Pool 8.6. And remember, this is like worldwide, global hash rate. And Gorilla Pool with mining 8.6% of the genuine Bitcoin. I mean, it's a huge amount. A huge amount. I suspect these mining operations on Bitcoin will probably turn into some of the largest mining operations on planet Earth in the future. Anybody who watches my show will know why I'm saying that. Alright, let's have a look at crypto coin. Oh, look at that! Look at the state of that! That's gone straight down. The exchange's reserve. Look, and so the reserves are effectively the liquidity that the exchanges are holding for customers who are wanting to cash out and things like this, and they also represent the sort of like reserves, as in like the profits of the exchanges. They're what they're holding in reserves. They're depleting the reserves, I suspect, because they just want rid of them. They just want rid of them. That's what it is. They're not holding any reserves. The reserves are meant to be there for their customers to cash out with. They need reserves. If they're getting rid of them, they're getting rid of them for a reason, because they're meant to need them. But if the reserves are going to be worthless very soon, then yeah, of course you would want to get rid of your reserves, and because you don't want to be holding that shit when the music stops. Look at that. It's one of the steepest declines I think I've ever seen. Well, Matt sort of mirrors this one here, really, but that's straight down. Almost straight down. Jeepers. Very telling. Very telling. Retail investors have no idea what's coming. No idea. Let's have a look at the Tether weather. So nothing interesting in the last 24 hours, really. Well, not much to write home about in a week compared to what we used to. What's 142 billion? So it's just 800 million in the week. 800 million, I mean, still 800 million, but not compared to what we're used to seeing, which is billions going in every day. That will probably be why the price of GregCoin isn't moving. It's not moving. I might keep this tab open so we can go back to it. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at the short ratio here. Seriously. Third-party cookies limited. There we go. That's more like it. Let's see if this comes up. Hey. Right, short ratio. Oh, okay. Short ratio has actually gone down there, but again, this just simply represents the sentiment of the traders, and traders are basically online pickpockets, just parasites. Investors put value in, traders take value out, and traders are completely misguided by what's going on. Again, it's all going to come down to the miners who are ultimately going to dictate which is the main chain, because miners chase profit. That is it. Traders just simply scalp off the top. The dollar worshipping. That's it. Interesting. 0.39% there. Right, Coin Codex. So so they think that Gate.io is down to 4.5 million. Interesting. That was 7 million the other day. Let's have a quick look. Here we go. 24-hour BSV USDT. 24-hour turnover of we've got a change. So this is the price. 24-hour high of 38.65, low 34.69. this is 24-hour volume. $24-hour volume and then 24-hour turnover. So the turnover is probably the total of buys and sells, the entire the sum total of buys and sells of BSV within 24 hours. Representing 4.3%. But 24-hour volume, 117,000. Maybe it's 117,000 that's gone in, but the volume, the turnover of that, as in like buys and sells, comes to 4.3 million. So it's the 4.3 million that Gate.io will be taking margins on. They'll be taking their trading percentages off of, because that's buys and sells. Wow. All right, interesting. OKX 4.1. MEXC at 2.1. Upbit 4.4. Indox, again, that's completely wrong. Poloniex 7.43. Zedixian 6.76. Huobi 4.36. And a buy box 3.3 million. That's pretty good for a relatively small exchange. BitGet 2.9 million. Cofinex 2.85 million. Hotcoin 2.68 million. Be interesting to have a look at that one. Let's see. Here we go. Markets. Search. Really? Ah, there we go. Spot is what we want. Uh, 24-hour amount, 2.57. The layouts of these exchanges look very similar. I wonder if they're effectively kind of what's the word for it? White label. They might be white label exchanges. So you can literally just kind of like buy the format of the exchange of someone, and then all you've got to do is promote your website, and people will put their coins on it and stuff. A white label exchange, because they're all kind of like similar with the same layout. Good layout though. Good layout. I like it. So yeah, so the 24-hour trade volume, 2.5 million. All right, let's have a look at Zedixian. 6.5 million there. 6.5 million. So right, innit? Certainly not to be sniffed at when you've got all these markets and you're taking your percentages off them. Nice. Huobi 4.3 million. All right. Okay, let's get into the prices. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is Bitcoin versus GregCoin. Bitcoin versus the Mac Daddy. Like, we are winning. We are blatantly winning here. Look at that. I wonder what's going on. So we've been winning since the 3rd of March. So it's the last 4 days. Winning since the last 4 days. And we'll take that. We know what's coming in the future. And look at that. Actually, we've been winning since the 24th of February. What? Again, so the price of BSV is being artificially suppressed by the supplies that this lot stole back in 2019. We're now 2025. And as Craig said, they're running out of their supplies. And the supply's fixed. So they can't just make up more supplies like they do USD. Literally, you know, they stole all their supplies in 2019 and they've depleted them over the last 6 years. Over the last 6 years. I haven't got them anymore. Yeah. So something's going to happen. That's why the charts are getting excited. I mean, could we be looking at this now? You know, what's with Terranode just around the corner as well? I mean, Terranode hasn't even launched yet. Yeah, and it's very unusual to see Bitcoin winning against GregCoin because it's the GregCoiners that have been artificially suppressing the price with the Bitcoin they stole in 2019. Wow. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. So that's more just sort of like, that's more just plodding along actually. So we're actually gaining against GregCoin here. Been good for the last 2 days. If you've been into Bitcoin over USD. All right. Just cross-reference that with Orange Gateway. Look. Oh, look at that. Oh, we've got an orange candle there. An orange candle against the big dog, GregCoin. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That's where we've been winning from. The 24th of Feb. You got in 24th of Feb. I mean, look at these lows. Look at the lows there. 24th of Feb. Winning. Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Where was the price on 24th of Feb? Right, so 24th of Feb, it's kind of interesting. So we've been winning against GregCoin since then, but in terms of USD value, not all that much has changed. So it's GregCoin. It's GregCoin that's losing out. That's really quite fascinating. What's that? $100 spike there. There we go. Wow, we've got a price here on Orange Gateway of $38.21. That's in comparison to $37.71 top left there. Let's have a look at Satoshi Observer. So yeah, 10th, 100th, 3,000ths of a cent for average transaction fees. Half a cent for BCH, $1.40 for GregCoin there. Yeah, I mean it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal what we're looking at here. I'm going to say that every time because it just blows my mind when you actually understand what you're looking at here. It's just incredible. Yeah, I'm sure that all the GregCoiners would probably think that the genuine Bitcoin would have disappeared by now because they're like, oh, you know, transaction volume's so low, the price is really crap, but still here, plodding along. Yeah, it's still, you know, I might be mining 40% more profitable to mine on GregCoin, but those Bitcoin miners, genuine Bitcoin miners mining BSV, you're never going to get them to mine anything else, never, because they understand the true value of what they're mining. They're just like, no, you can do whatever you want. We will mine it at a 40, 50, 60% comparable loss. Do not care. Don't care. We just want this. You know, and they're filling the bags up because everybody's got quite a decent percentage of the hash rate at the moment. They're all mining operations on genuine Bitcoin are generally doing all right for themselves in terms of coinage. And like, why would you risk, you know? And then even if you're mining the Mac Daddy, you've still got to pay trading fees for when you sell and when you buy in. So you've got to pay trading fees when you sell GregCoin and then when you buy Bitcoin. So Well, I mean, the trading fees won't be that much, but it's just a ball ache and a hassle. So just set your mining rig up, mine genuine Bitcoin. That's it. No stress. No stress. Just sit tight. You know what's coming. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at the live coin watch here. So someone sent me this. They said, look at this breaking. A whale just purchased $77.5 million worth of XRP just one day before the crypto summit in the White House. Look at this. So they bought 30,000 XRP the day before the crypto summit. So let's have a look at what happened. Oh dear. Honestly, the market is so rigged. It is so rigged. Look. So what the day before. So they bought it here, thinking the price would go up, and it's collapsed on them. Look at that. Yeah, look, they'll be in a loss. They'll be in a loss. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah. Dear oh dear. I mean, look, they kind of missed out really, because this was before it was announced, you know. So again, you know, insider trading there, and then someone bought it just thinking that. Basically the announcement was already priced in. So those who bought up here are like massively down now, and then somebody going in the day before the official announcement, and the market's just shat its pants. Yeah, store of value, they said. Good grief. So we've got a total market cap of $2.8 trillion, 24-hour trade volume of $132 billion. I mean, absolutely insane. GregCoin here, 88,720. 24-hour trade volume of 3.1%, representing 55 billion. That's nothing compared to the value of the collective value of the Satoshi coins in the Tulip Trust. Oof. 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 The big dog there also took a tumble. I mean, what's the price doing tumbling down like that after this official announcement of the the strategic US crypto reserve, and after the crypto summit? Yeah, it's meant to be positive news, and yet the market goes down. It's so rigged. It's so rigged. That's hilarious. So Ether 2,174, XRP $2.50. That's above Tether USDT. Let's have a look at the rest of the market. Look, these coins are they're all following each other. What's that one? BCH again. I mean, they'll pump any shit coins, but look at these three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 here. Look, they're all following each other. Look, there is nothing special about them at all. And this lot here, all got similar patterns. All of them. Every single one. What's this wrapped BTC? And these ones as well. Look, how can you say those patterns are not similar? Look, and if the patterns are similar, it means that the market is absolutely identical. They do nothing. Literally, they do nothing. All do the same with each other. Speculative pieces of crap is what they are. Literally, no utility on them at all. Yeah, you'll probably find that they've got dedicated teams of people, controlling the prices of these. In sections, right? You do what are coins 1 to 10. We'll do 10 to 20. You do 20 to 30. Just manipulate the entire market. That's all they do. Genuine Bitcoin here, down at number 75, $37.57. I mean, look at that. So that went down like the rest of the market, but it's recovered and gone back up. That's fascinating. That is fascinating. So bear that in mind. You had the drop there, and then it went up. So we're positive there. Compare that to GregCoin. Oh, that had a crash, and it hasn't recovered. Wow. Okay, let's have a look at the trade volumes here. Oh, so they're still reporting that Zodixian is in front. Yeah, but Gate.io was there the other day. It was 7 million. It's now down to whatever it was, 4. Huobi in second. Coin DCX in third. Gate.io in fourth. OKX in fifth. And then there's Hotcoin, MEXC, then TX. Yeah. All right. Very good. Yeah, so that That whale's going to be thinking, what the heck happened? Dolt. You know, it's quite a big hit, really. But I mean, things though, if you're going to put 77 million in, it's not like you can't afford to lose it, because I'm sure you'll have plenty else in there. Yeah. All right, there we go. We'll leave it there. So if you enjoy these updates, please ding all donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Sentby.com, handcash.io, rockwallet.me, simply.cash, relasia.com, or senti.ch. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.